All right, we are live on the Google Hangout. All right, Game of Thrones, season 5, episode 9, The Dance of Dragons, horrible people review. We're down to horrible people. Unfortunately, Gideon does have his Amish beard. So, and Kyle looks ravishing in his army uniform there. He's stationed in Fort Benning.
My beard counts for 3.
He's not actually at Fort Benning. He's in West Palm, being awesome. Wait, your beard is awesome?
I said my beard counts for 3 people.
Yeah, you have a Stannis beard. I like it. I appreciate you trying to look more like us. Right?
I need the Stannis beard.
You gotta shave this off, man. I gotta look like Tywin in the books. I keep telling you that. Just shave this part off.
The mighty Tywin.
The mighty Tywin. All right, so let's talk about the episode. Honestly, John returned with the wildlings. Alistair Thorne let him through, and
I love his line to him. What Alistair Thorne said to him. He was like, "Jon Snow, you have a good heart, and that's gonna get us all killed."
You know what? He has a good heart, like his dad had a good heart, like Davos has a good heart.
His dad.
Right now, it's his dad until proven otherwise, you cocksucker. So, yeah, like his dad did. And, yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say. They made it through the tunnel. Everybody's giving him shitty looks. Everyone's not happy that he did it. But it's these fucking, you know what? And there's people like this in life that don't look at the long game. They just look at what's right in front of them, and they're fucking idiotic about the whole thing. So, he's doing what any good leader will do. He's compromising the values of the Night's Watch in order for the survival of humanity. So,
and
kind of like another great leader in the show.
It was amazing how he was still disappointed with himself.
Well, he was just disappointed. Yeah, we could have saved more. He was like fucking Oscar Schindler at the end of Schindler's List, a great movie Gideon hasn't seen. Could we have saved more? And Sam's like, yeah, well, they're happy you saved them, so don't beat yourself up, big guy.
And so, we know exactly what Ollie's gonna do, right, Adam? You can't say it because we know.
That's like what? That's like
no, because he's gonna Omar him. He's fucking Omaring him. I waited for Kyle to go AFK.
Shut the fuck up. Not everybody has seen The Wire. Kyle hasn't seen The Wire. Shut the fuck up. By the way, The Wire is the greatest achievement in television ever. Please watch it. It is better than Breaking Bad, although Breaking Bad was on its heels until they shit themselves in the ending. Gideon doesn't think so. Gideon and I disagree. But, The Wire is the greatest thing ever. But, all right.
I love Jon. Like, he wanted to save everybody and he couldn't, and that's an interesting thing to me. Like, he thought he failed even though he saved like 5,000 people.
I think he saved more than that. I think they have about 10,000.
Yeah, so he saved a good amount, and he saved Andre the Giant as well.
Andre the Giant. Woon to the sea. I love that. I'm surprised it's not a bigger meme, but yeah. That fucker's doing his job. So let's just move on to the next scene. We have Dorne.
And I want to get all through.
What?
I'm gonna get through all the small stuff first before we go to the 2 big events.
Yeah, we're gonna focus on everything else. It's like watching The Dark Knight and then like spending the 50 minutes talking about the 5-second Scarecrow was on screen. So, yeah, the Joker was great. Did you see Cillian Murphy as a fucking Scarecrow? It was awesome. But
I don't remember him. The Dark Knight.
He was in the beginning. He was. Oh fuck it. He was a very fucking beginning. All right. Yeah. So Prince Doran. I always thought it was Prince Doran or Prince Dorne of Prince Dorne of Dorne. That didn't make any sense. But Prince Doran,
like Dragon the Dragon.
Dragon the fucking Ben Mankiewicz. That man is in season 5 and doesn't know anyone's fucking name. That's what I love that man though. I love Ben Mankiewicz. From by the way, he's on What the Flick at the Young Turks. Watch that. They're amazing. But yeah, Jaime Lannister. He gets to take Marcella back with Prince Trystane back to King's Landing, which is cool.
You know what's interesting about that? We finally got confirmation that Doran is somehow paralyzed. The Sand Lady, I forgot her name, Oberyn's wife, He said something like, "There's a reason you can't get out of that chair or something."
Well, he has gout.
Yeah, so it's like we didn't know for sure, but now it's kind of confirmed, I suppose, that he's paralyzed.
Yeah.
And did you think? Do you think it was a little bit too Hollywood? How like the only thing Chastain wanted, like his one condition was to have someone punch Braun in the face.
Well, remember, the guy's about a teenager, so I don't know. I didn't get that vibe of Hollywoodism, but I got it like, yeah, I'm royalty. It's too good for me to strike a low commoner. My bodyguard, my Negro bodyguard will take care of it for me. You know what I mean? Like,
I did think that went like way too smoothly for Game of Thrones. Like I still think something might happen.
I thought it was, you saw Bad Boys 2, right?
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna bring in fucking Braun in pieces inside of a tortilla fucking box, like in Bad Boys 2, where he brings him next to Peter Stormare, and he brings him, and he's like in a fucking tortilla box, and you see one of his fingers hanging out of the thing, his blood's coming out. Like, I would have been like, all right, like if Braun would have died that way, I'd been like, all right, well, not in a tortilla fucking box, but they bring him out in like pieces or like covered in snakes or eaten by an anaconda or some shit. That would have been awesome. But
And then, and then Elia Sand. I don't know if she was like. You remember she had that conversation with Jamie after?
Ilaria Sand.
Ilaria.
Elia Sand is another one of his daughters.
Goddamn close names in this show. Doron the Prince, Doron, Dragon the Dragon, Elia, whatever. I don't know if she was really being nice to him or if she was like plotting something. It's Game of Thrones, so everybody's always.
There's no fucking way. Like it's like the Godfather. I love Dorne is Godfather.
Say that.
Yeah, it's all like Michael Corleone shit. She's fucking like, hey, we're okay, bro. Hugs him.
No, but then she kissed the ring. Kissed Prince Doran's ring.
Yeah. On the way to fucking King's Landing, you're gonna see like two shots, like Jamie and Braun are dead, and it's like, leave the gun, take the cannoli. It's gonna fucking be like it's over at that point. But
That would break their immersion.
I love that that Prince, one of Oberyn's daughters has not been seen in this show, and I believe that is, I can't remember. I think it's
A, right?
Hmm?
Starts with an A, I think, or that different.
Ilaria.
Yeah. Really nice fights.
Yeah, she's a fucking bad bitch. But
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I
wow,
wonder if they split her out or
I don't know. She's probably like out, like fucking somewhere in the world. So who knows? But
they're on.
yeah, I was
Marion
the whole Dorne thing. Prince Doran better have a great fucking speech next episode explaining his master plan. There has to be something, because I just feel like unless it pays off next season, then I'd be like, okay, let's see where it goes. I don't want to. People keep saying, oh, it's been filler. It's just been like taking up space, and I'm like, guys, it's been 5 seasons. Shit was started in season 1 and in season 2 that didn't come full circle until season 3 and 4. Let it go. Let's just look at the big picture. It's like The Wire. You start off in season 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then at the last 5 minutes of season 5, and you look at the whole picture, you're like, holy shit, this is fucking really cool.
Like we didn't find out until last season that Littlefinger was the one behind the John Aaron thing. Just like have some patience.
Say that again, because Kyle's bullshit in the background is not helping us out. What did you say?
I was saying, like, we didn't find out until last season that Littlefinger was the one that John Aaron killed. So, like, he just have some more patience with the show.
Yeah. Littlefinger totally had John Aaron. Well, actually, it was his wife, but Littlefinger. It was.
Yeah, Littlefinger. We pulled the strings.
Fucking Teflon. Fucking weak-spined. Weak, cowardly individual that he is. But we'll get to that.
The Don. Have you killed Adam?
Tony Teflon. Tony Teflon. See ya.
I was Teflon.
Pull those strings. Fucking strings are cut. His strings are cut, man. I'm telling you.
You're a religious maniac.
Fucking coward. Fucking.
You're a religious maniac.
No. Teflon. All right, we're gonna get on the Stannis thing. Tony Teflon. Go to it. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's brilliant. Like it. He's amazing. He's a coward. He's a turncloak. He doesn't deserve Stannis. I'm so angry at Tony Teflon. His faith is so easily shaken in the great Stannis Baratheon. You know what?
Yeah.
What's up?
Arya.
Oh god, that's so fucking creepy. That's so fucking creepy. Meanwhile, Kyle's fighting the wildlings at the wall right now. You hear the fucking horn in the
I
back?
hate my job so much.
What happened?
This fucking old man comes here every fucking day, several times a day, and harasses all the guards.
Is that what else happened?
Just nosy. And he has all this really weird advice. Like, I don't know if he's purposely being weird or he's just a weird person, but he just, I don't know. I don't like it. He crashed his car, so he has a rental car, so he has to come in on the gate side now. He doesn't have a barcode. And ever since that day, he harasses all the women, and it's creepy.
What do we think about the whole Arya thing with her following Samara?
So she sees Meryn Trant, and I still think Mace Tyrell is not the bumbling fool we all think he is. I think that's all fucking act. I think it's all an act that he's a fucking, like, a little bit like Tywin underneath. But I loved it when he's like, he starts like singing. I was like, this fucking dude, like, the actor who plays him is so fucking great. I love this fucking guy. I love his act.
You think he's putting on an act like Pycelle does?
Yeah, I think he's not that fucking. In the books, he's not like that. But I think he's putting on a fucking act. I don't think he's like a bumbling. Oh yes, my, of course. Fucking David Lazarus, fetch me a pen and a quill. Yes, my lord. Fucking runs off and gets him. Like, no, he's not like that. I hope not. Otherwise, I don't care. He's a funny dude. But Arya, what do you do? Like, kill the fucking guy that the assassination organization that can kill you like this wanted you to do. Like, what are you doing? She's clearly never played Hitman Silent Assassin. Clearly never played that game.
I'm pretty sure Jaqen H'ghar knows she lied to him.
Jack off, Haggard. Yeah, no. What a fucking asshole. But Jaqen H'ghar, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's just like, I don't know. I don't know if he knows she's lying. I think she's getting so good, because I think he does, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. If he says, I think maybe if he's conflicted, like, God damn, I think I trained that one too well. You know what I mean? Like,
I still have hope that he's actually Syrio Forel.
I'm in that camp with you. Ben Mankiewicz of What the Flick, the lost soul infidel that he is, was saying that, like, he doesn't see any point in bringing back Syrio Forel. I think, go with me on this. What if Syrio Forel escaped from Meryn Trant and he knocked his ass out and then left? What if he escaped and then saw Arya leave with the Night's Watch? As like, the men of the Night's Watch are easily identifiable.
Right.
And then it would explain how Jaqen H'ghar got caught in the first, because he's ultra ninja assassin. It explains how he gets caught in the first place. And Syrio Forel doesn't. He wants to see what Arya does. He maybe wants to see everything, and maybe that's how he gets caught. He willingly, he's wearing, because it would make sense that he's wearing Lannister armor because he was trying to escape the fucking, escape the city when all the shit was happening, and then he gets caught, and then he sees Arya. I mean, that's just where I'm coming from, and then that'd be pretty fucking cool. So
there's also another theory that he's actually Meryn Trant. Like, he's a faceless man. He killed Meryn Trant, and like he has his face since.
No, because why would he beat up Sansa?
And then, like, right when Arya kills him, he reveals himself, like, at the same time.
No. Syrio Forel wouldn't fuck a little girl. I don't think he would.
I think they just did it to remind us that Meryn Trant is bad, because he hasn't had like any focus at all for like.
Because I mean, you don't need to. You look at him, and I'm like, that guy's a piece of shit. Like, even the actor, if I actually saw him on the behind the scenes. He seems like a really nice dude. He was hanging out with the creators. But I think that guy's so good. Like, when I look at him in the show, he has that face, that scowl, that like he just smelled a fart in an elevator. He just looks like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's like constantly smelling fish at a fish market.
I don't understand. Like, I think Arya should have killed the Thin Man first, and then do you remember in Kill Bill when they had that like comic book backstory for one of the characters?
Oren Ishii, I believe. Oren Ishii.
And I think part of her thing was like she faked sleeping with the guy, and ended up stabbing him.
Yeah.
I think Arya's gonna do something similar with Meryn Trant.
Oh, Arya's gonna fuck that man's day. I love how he was actually starting to. He was
Yes.
starting to put it together. He was like, "Where the fuck did I?"
it's like in the Metal Gear Solid games when the guards say "huh," you know, they're like "huh."
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm like, must have been nothing. It's clearly not a legendary assassin. I've been warned about that's coming to kill me. That's about to kill me. Well, whose footprints are these? And fucking neck break and like quick thing. 10-second thing about Metal Gear Solid. They knew he was coming. They knew Solid Snake was fucking coming. Clearly, a cardboard box in the middle of an Alaskan blizzard is not supposed to fucking be there. What the fuck's wrong with you people? But,
I know some people would get mad, but I would love to see Arya like under a cardboard box.
just like going around, just fucking eating fucking snakes. Oh god. But yeah, Arya's gonna be like the female Solid Snake at the end of this shit. But yeah, marriage.
I wonder how that's gonna tie
like
in.
11-year-old. That makes me feel so fucking weird. 12-year-olds.
I wonder how that's gonna tie in.
Talk it over with Kyle. Talk it over with Kyle about Mary Chan. I gotta piss. I'll be right back. Talk it over with Kyle.
All right, Kyle, what do you think about that whole thing
Well, thing.
with Arya and Maren Trant?
I don't like her character, and I think she's just filler.
I don't think she's gonna get involved with like the main plot of the series.
Probably not.
So she's just gonna be like an assassin for the rest of the series.
She ain't good at anything. She's a waste of a character and just time that we have to spend watching some bullshit about how she wants to be an invisible person.
I still think some way it'll come back around to the main story. It's not just there for no reason.
You'd be surprised how many things are there for no reason. Hold on.
Wow, they both left me.
Fucking back.
Kyle left right when you were coming back.
I heard you. They both left me. I heard you.
He doesn't think he thinks Arya thing is filler and it's not going to tie in to the main plot.
I don't think her arc. I mean, her killing Maren Chan would be like, that would have repercussions coming back over into King's Landing. I think that. I mean, she's gonna learn to fight. Like, she's gonna come back to Westeros as a fucking badass. Even if she doesn't finish the training with the Faceless Men, the Hound was teaching her how to fight. She's probably been learning to fight with these. She's doing the Batman Begins thing. She's going away for a while, training around the world, and then she meets Ra's al Ghul, Jaqen H'ghar, and then she fucking comes back and she's fucking Batman. Maybe she's not Batman, but she's Batman when Batman had the mask and the body armor. That's all you need. Not the Bat mask, but the normal mask.
Do you think she's going to get involved with any of her siblings?
I think she'll see Jon, and Jon will be like, "Oh yeah, wait," and then she just puts on a different face and leaves, and he's like, "Where the fuck did you go?" It's like the end of Mad Max Fury Road. He just walks into the crowd for whatever reason. Where the fuck is he gonna go? It's the apocalypse. Why leave? Stay there. Whatever. Anyway, that was off topic, but yeah. Arya's gonna come back a badass, and I can't wait. She's sticking fucking people with needle. It's gonna be great.
Who's left on her list? So Maren Trant,
Cersei.
I think Jaime's gonna kill Cersei.
Yeah, I think he's gonna strangle her, murder suicide. But
Some Romeo and Juliet shit.
that's not Romeo and Juliet.
No, but I mean like they both.
What's this? Romeo didn't like choke Julia out during the missionary position, and
No, because they're both lovers and they're both gonna die, and they're like, you know what I mean? Don't be an asshole.
You imagine you're one of those people who's like fucking his girlfriend. She's like telling me, choke me, and you're like missionary position, and then you actually kill her, and then you just end up killing yourself. That's fucked up.
What if that was a movie where he accidentally kills his girlfriend during sex, and then he's just like on the run?
Who, Romeo or Jaime Lannister?
No, some like random character, like Steve.
I don't fucking know. I don't.
Steve, write that.
I like that would happen in the show Rome. I can actually just see that happening in the show Rome. I remember watching that show. That show's bonkers. But yeah,
Like it's like a bad version of Game of Thrones, right?
not bad. But if it wasn't for Rome, HBO would never would have made Game of Thrones.
Oh, so Rome is Shireen in your Bible.
Rome is Shireen. What the fuck are you talking about?
A sacrifice that was needed for bigger
It
things.
wasn't a bad show. I just thought the way they did the time jumps. Do you think the time jumps in Mad Men and Game of Thrones are like iffy? Years go fucking by, like sometimes per episode. Sometimes it's 1 day, it's a week, and then sometimes it's fucking years. And I'm like, what the? It's hard to keep up. There's only 2 seasons, but Mance Rayder's in it, Kieran Hines, and he is the shit. Anyway, let's keep going. So before do you want to do Daenerys at the end or do Stannis at the end?
I think we should do Stannis at the end because there's a lot more to say about that with you around.
Yeah. All right. So fucking Hizdar Lorak, this fucking guy. I was making sure everything's okay. Like, I actually would like to know what it was he was taking care. He's getting lemon cakes for Sansa. He was making sure everything's okay.
I wonder if like he was part of the Harpy thing, but then like whoever's like the top of it had him killed at that point because he's supposed to marry Daenerys, so they thought their like plot would be in risk.
Well, he's not confirmed dead. I mean, a lot of people think he's still alive, but I don't think they had blood pacts. Back in the day. I want to say back in the day because clearly none of this shit happened. Although Snoop Dogg thinks it did, but I don't know if you heard about that. Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg. I fucking love Snoop Dogg.
He's like, man, we actually had dragons. Like, fucking.
Someone needs to go to Snoop Dogg and be like, put the weed down.
Yeah, like, hey, you've crossed the line, sir. You crossed. King Robert Baratheon was never you need to stop. You need to get help right now.
Put the blood down, sir.
Fucking. How come we don't have any dragon? We can't clone him. Have a Jurassic. I don't know. He sounds nothing like that. I think I sound like that guy from Recess, but from show from the fucking 90s. But
what a cartoon.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Hizdar Lo Zorak Zoro Zondario Baragander, whatever the fuck his name is. Captain Vagina. He's just a big pussy. I think he was just getting like the ribs ready and all the barbecue ready for. I don't know what the fuck was it he was taking care of. I don't know. Maybe he's still alive. Maybe they just injected him with some shit. What?
Because like you like cut out a bit. Say that again.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I think maybe he just got stabbed in the shoulder and passed. I mean, I think he's dead.
It'd be kind of bullshit if he survived, but fucking trained one of the greatest soldiers of all time, Barristan, died from the same people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one interesting thing is that they didn't slit his throat like they usually do. That's like their trademark. Like, they just went over here.
Yeah. It was a much... I don't know if they had time to do that because it's like a much bigger fight they're in.
Yeah, we just saw him drop. I mean, they could have... I don't know. If he's still alive, I'll be like, okay, all right, let's see where it goes. And if he's dead, then who gives a shit? He's dead.
There was a lot of interesting things in the scene, like before the fighting started, like when Dahario and him were talking about the small man versus the big man, and then you see the look on Tyrion's face because he's probably thinking about Oberyn versus the Mountain, and how he put money on, like he put his life in the hands of Oberyn, who's much smaller. And I also think Tyrion bringing up Tywin a lot is like his weird way of grieving.
Yeah, I think Tywin. I think Tyrion did love Tywin.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's thinking about his dad a lot. I think he's just like, especially with Daenerys, like, how would my dad handle? Like, what would Tywin do? He's just asking that question. What would Tywin do?
Instead of what would Jesus do, what would Tywin do?
What would Tywin do? But he'll burn his daughter at the stake. But yeah, I don't know. I like the entire scene, the sequence in general. I like the fighting with the pits.
Right.
I know they did it in real life back in the ancient Rome when they had the Colosseum of Rome and they had the guy yelling and they had the emperor standing there talking. But I'm just like, how the fuck does everyone hear that guy talking at the bottom? Because in Rome, when they would announce in the show, when they would announce the news, and in real life, they would have a guy with the fucking news over here with his paperboy, talking like talking and announcing, the big giant fat fuck with a big booming voice announcing.
The echoes.
Yeah, I guess it's that, but I didn't have a problem with that. I was just like, yeah, that happened in real life, so who gives a shit? I like the fighting. I thought the sequence with obviously Oberyn, but the small guy and the big guy. Come on, Oberyn Martell fought in those pits. He would, I mean, he would have fucked people up. So, but I mean, yeah, the only reason Oberyn died was because he was really, the guy was thinking about revenge. He was about killing the Mountain for 20 years. He was thinking about that, and that could drive anybody crazy. And I think maybe he didn't want to kill the Mountain. He was just like, if I kill this dude, like, I got nothing left. This has been 20 years of my life. You know what I mean?
There was two things about the fighting that made me like blink an eye a bit. There's one where like the guy had Jorah on the ground and he's just like sitting there waiting before he kills him, and he doesn't even turn around and see the other guy behind him that stabs him and kills him.
Well, I understand where you'd be like, really, you're waiting. A lot of people in the Colosseum of Rome, I mean, they're showmen. They're like, yeah, cheer my in WWE, where they're like, they spine buster. They're like, yeah, fucking yeah. That's the guy's just like, this fucking time coming at Jorah.
They should have just did it like a suck it thing. They wanted to taunt. And like the part where I was most scared for Jorah is when he put like the sword through the guy, and the guy was like leaning over with his spear in his hand, and Jorah wasn't shooting him at all. I was like, fuck, he could have turned around and killed Jorah.
I waited for him to just go, just fucking stab Jorah, but I think the guy was just like, oh my god, my organs, and he fucking just like dies.
Actually, for a split second when he threw the spear, I didn't know who he was aiming at.
Here, a little something for the fans. Hercules is a fan favorite. There you go. There you go.
I like how Tyrion adapts really fast.
Tyrion what?
He adapted really fast to the new situation that he's in. He went from being like Daenerys's like property per se, and now he's defending her, so now she's gonna look at him completely different. Like, he was rounding up her guards and stuff.
And he saved what's her name? I don't know her name.
Missandei.
Yeah.
So I think that it's confirmed that he's probably gonna be like the Hand or whatever after that.
Oh no! Honestly, who's hoping that Grey Worm dies and Missandei and Tyrion can come together? Come on. Come on.
It's gonna happen. Also, Tyrion now knows for a fact that Daenerys has dragons, and
he saw the dragon in the earlier episode when he was making his way to Marine. He saw it fly over.
Yeah, but he didn't know that was her dragons.
Well, this is the first time anyone. Like, I don't know when's the last time someone mounted a dragon and flew off.
It's been like maybe 150, 200 years since that happened.
If you've seen the thing after when David and the other guy are talking about the show,
D.B. Weiss and David Benioff. It's two fucking initials you have to remember.
They mentioned how in the earlier episode Jorah said to Tyrion, "I was cynical like you until I saw her walk out of like fire with 3 baby dragons." And they said this was a similar moment for Tyrion when he saw her fly away on the dragon.
Yeah. Christ.
That dragon did do some real fucking damage. I knew it was coming. I was telling myself after they're in the center of the Coliseum, I was like, I'm waiting for him. Like, that dragon's gonna come. I know it's gonna fucking come. I know that. Then it did. I was like, yeah. Came to save the day.
Let's
like, she was calling it or something, because there's that one scene where she like closes her eyes and stuff.
I think
like,
she's gonna die there.
Yeah, well, no, the dragon. We figured out, and maybe it'll change when the dragon gets older. But the dragon is not invulnerable. It's not invincible. Like 10 more spears, 20 more probably would have put him down. Maybe one positioned in his head or in his eye. Because back in the day when Aegon the Conqueror, and he had giant fucking dragons, like full-grown dragons.
When Aegon was like a teenager, like if we were to compare, right?
Yeah, those dragons aren't adults yet. But
what I'm saying is
the problem. They haven't got their skin isn't tough as it should yet, and if it was a full-grown dragon in that scene, those spears wouldn't do shit. It just piss it off even more.
Not. But remember,
another thing is, I think most of the time when fighting, it should be in the air, spitting fire down instead of coming down on the ground.
That's what me and Adam were talking about yesterday. Dragons aren't the strongest on the ground, but they're almost invincible when they're in the air.
Well, that's almost true. That is, you're right. That they're almost invincible. But remember, when Aegon the Conqueror came, the only kingdom that him and his two sister wives, Rhaenys and Visera, I can't remember her name. Rhaenys and can you look up Gideon real quick? Who the fuck?
I think it starts with a V, I believe.
Yeah, it's like Vivian or Vicky Val, or whatever the fuck her name is. It's
I'll look it up while you guys keep talking.
yeah. Aegon the Conqueror came with his two sister wives. The only kingdom he could not conquer was Dorne, and he sent his sister to go take Dorne. Rhaenys. He sent Rhaenys over there with his armies. And when he went over there, they never even they defeated like Dorne defeated the Targaryens without ever raising a sword to them, because they just hid in their caves and they moved back, and it's desert, it's open desert, so they just let their son, which is a lot hotter than the fucking dragon fire, kill their fucking people. They died of thirst, starvation. When Rhaenys finally got to the kingdoms, and they did have to turn back when they tried the second time, I believe.
Visenya? I think it's like Visenya.
Visenya. What the fuck?
Visenya?
That's so fucking.
Leia?
Aegon. I put Agwon. God damn it.
Yeah, look. Can you, probably can't see it good in here, can you?
Aegon. Wait. Hold on. Show me her name. Like, hold on. You talk, idiot. I can't see you.
I'll click on her profile here. Here's her profile itself. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Visenya. That's what it says. Visenya. Yeah. Yeah. Aegon actually did not like Visenya at all. In the books, I think it says like for every one night he spent with Visenya, he spent 10 with Rhaenys. But basically, what happened was one of the Dornishmen took a bow and arrow and shot it into the air, and as the dragon was flying by, it caught it in the eye, and the dragon collapsed into one of the castles, killing. Like, they never found Rhaenys' body because it was probably just paste at that point, but it just collapsed. So they're not invincible, but that's fucking insane.
But like that puts more peril.
Yeah, but according to dragon lore, their bodies are almost impenetrable. Their skin when they're full grown.
Remember, this isn't dragon lore. This is George R. R. Martin's world. Now, I believe, as he said, dragons never stop growing. They always keep getting bigger. Yeah, it's probably reasonable to think. I believe maybe it says it in the books that their skin is invulnerable when they're an adult. But like I said, the Dornish man who shot that arrow caught it directly into the fucking eye, into its brain, and it died. So they're not. I mean, you know, who the fucking. The only guy who can probably make that shot now is that dude with the Brotherhood Without Banners. Maybe that guy can do it, but.
Legolas.
It's good that.
Yeah.
It's good that the dragons aren't invincible, because that puts more like peril to her
yeah.
story.
Oh, I bet the White Walkers are going to have an ice dragon. They're going to have an ice dragon with them. They will.
Well, where that, like, Dany has the regular dragons, Stannis gets the stone dragons, then the ice dragons.
You know, I honestly didn't think about that. They're gonna have like ice dragons, ice giants, like fucking all this shit. It's gonna be nuts.
I don't know if Stannis can get the stone dragons. I hope he could get a stone dragon, but at the end of the day, and I don't want to say what Melisandre would say, he has the Lord of Light, and this motherfucker, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen him do anything as devastating as what a dragon can do, but the dragons aren't gods, and the Lord of Light can't be. But let's just wait on that. So yeah, I like that the fighting started. Fucking Hizdar bit the dust. He's dead. As far as we know, he's dead. Euron Greyjoy, Dario Naharis moved everybody into the center to protect Daenerys. Protect your queen! He sounded so American when he said it, even though the actor's not American. But
you know the thing
I thought that was Tyrion that said that.
No,
Yeah,
I think was it Tyrion?
Yeah,
it was also
Tyrion yelled that.
No, Dahario yelled it as well. Like, he was the first one to yell it.
Yeah. And all the Sons of the Harpies are there fighting, and I'm like, guys, just running at the same fucking time. There's only about 10 of them. Well,
I was thinking the same thing.
The thing about Dario being Euron is, why didn't he just take her there?
Oh, well, because where's he gonna go? Like, the enemy is there. The enemy's there. The enemy is there. Like, they're surrounded by the fucking enemy. He's only one.
Yeah, but those guys are also thinking those are some of Daenerys' best warriors standing in front of them. If they do pile up on them,
His
the
best
first row of them's gonna get fucking slaughtered.
Yeah, his best shot at survival is sticking with the fucking gathering of the people. So
I would have turned around and said, "Fuck that!" Like that's guaranteed death if you walk near her, because those guys are all like all amazing warrior swordsmen and shit. And you just keep asking for it at that point.
And what is Grey Worm? Is he still recovering?
I think he is. Yeah.
So I think like since he's probably gone from there for the rest of the season, next season, Grey Worm probably make sure that everybody's still on like her side, and then Tyrion will probably play the role. I think like the three of them are going to play the role that Barristan plays in the books at this point.
Yeah, I think Tyrion is going to lead, is going to govern in Dany's place. I mean, as he would have done when she was there, because she's fucking incompetent.
It's going to be like in season 2, I think, when he was hand for Joffrey until Tywin.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be like Tywin and just be like, yeah, we're not negotiating with those people off with their heads. So, yeah, I think he's gonna do a better job with that. I like when Drogon came. She had that kind of connect with Drogon. Drogon lands and starts going Jurassic Park and all the fucking people, and breathing fire, and then he starts getting fucking speared, which is great. I really wanted him to die. I actually got nervous. I was like, holy shit, what if Drogon dies? Like, oh my god. But, you know.
After she left, I'm curious how the rest of them got out of there. Did all the Harpies start fleeing?
I think the Harpies were like, yeah, half of us are burned. I can smell my friends burning flesh. We're getting the fuck out of here and regroup. They lost a lot of their soldiers there.
Yeah. Did they bring all their soldiers there, or are there more? I don't think we know, really.
I don't know. I don't go to the Harpy.
Well, it looked like a lot of them were there, and like a lot of them like chased people out of the Colosseum too.
And they just started killing like random citizens as well.
I don't think they were killing random citizens. I think they were just trying to kill her guards, because it wouldn't make any sense to like.
No, they were killing women and stuff.
They were in the crowd just stabbing people.
Oh, I only saw it once, and it was on my iPhone at work. So
yeah, they appeared all over the Colosseum, and they were killing innocent people in the audience.
It's like a split second though, when Jorah threw that spear, I got kind of scared. I don't know who he was aiming at.
Yeah, I was like, what? Jorah, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, I want her to die like on Melisandre's pyre, or by Stannis' sword, not like this, and then, or Euron killing her. But no, I was like, god damn it, man. Old Bear still got it in him.
Oh, I love the little line that Dario said, like when Jorah first appeared, and the guy that Dany's supposed to marry was going to say something, he was just like, shut up! That was funny.
Yeah, he's like, shut the fuck up before I... Yeah, Dario's the shit. I like Dario. But,
Dario and Dany were making sexy eyes at each other right in front of that guy that she's supposed to marry.
Listen, you think Dario cares about? He's not competition. You know what? But though, I think what Daenerys did was a cowardly act. She left everyone there. She left all of her advisors.
I think she hopped on the dragon. No, I think she hopped on the dragon.
She did what any other king or queen would do that has absolutely no fighting experience. And actually, if it weren't for her and her dragon, they would have all been dead.
I think she hopped on the dragon because she thought like she didn't know what the dragon was gonna do. So if she got him away, then he wouldn't burn everybody.
Yeah, that dragon wasn't about. That dragon was gonna kill everybody.
No, that dragon was going to. The dragon was bleeding out of its fucking mouth. It was dying.
That thing was gonna light everything on fire, even her own guards. Like,
she was smart to get him out of there.
I guess, man.
You know, I think those spikes might have hurt a bit.
But it also showed you that although the other two dragons that are locked up are can't be trained at the moment, since the one that saved her had a chance to like adventure, it kind of grew up and matured faster.
Right.
Also killing innocent people.
Well, it's dragon. What do you expect?
I think like in this scene it only killed the Harpies, who aren't innocent by any means. I don't know if it killed like anybody else.
I want Stannis to have Godzilla just ride in on a battle on top of Godzilla. Although Godzilla like fixes everyone's problems like that. It walks up to the White Walkers and just goes like, "It's over."
I would love to see that just to get like the book elitists pissed off.
Just
until they fight Godzilla, and then he turns into a White Walker, and then he fucks everybody's life up.
It's over at that. Well, Godzilla is like is a literal force of nature in the lore, but yeah, if he's a White Walker, it's over at that point. I mean, you can't. But I don't know. What do the White Walkers do to kill Godzilla? Like nothing they do can pierce his hide. Like he's just gonna be sitting there reading a fucking book. Oh, you guys are here. radioactive breath.
But don't
They
you
get
think
into his mouth and they bite his tongue, and then he'll become a White Walker.
You don't turn into a White Walker by being bitten, right? You have to die.
Oh, that
I don't
reminds
think I agree with that fully. They're talking about zombies here.
No, it's not zombie lore. These are by the way, hold on, let me correct you.
That's how zombies work.
No, these aren't zombies. No, hold on. The author of the book, George R. R. Martin, has said these are not zombies. They're not zombies. They're
zombies.
the dead people are being controlled by the White Walker. They're not. The White Walkers are a sentient they're beings. They're not actual zombies. That's a
something else
misconception. What's
I
up?
want to mention. Dora, who has grayscale, grabbed Danny's hand.
Why is everyone making such a? It's not like he took his wrist and was like rubbing it on her face.
We don't know the rules of grayscale.
It's most likely just touching that patch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and plus, isn't it on his left hand?
I don't remember what hand is on.
He grabbed her hand with his right hand. I believe it is on his left hand. So
I thought it spreads.
Yeah, but it doesn't jump across his limb. It'll probably go up his arm and over here, and yeah, he's okay. He grabbed it. It's all right, guys. She doesn't have the grayscale. In a perfect world, she would, but she doesn't. So, yeah. If no one else has anything to say about the Danny thing, which I thought was a great sequence, I enjoyed it.
Did you like the CGI for that?
I actually was thinking about that, but what's the point of fucking bringing that up? Yeah, when the dragon first rode in, I was like, okay, but I get it. I'm not HBO. I don't have millions of dollars. I can't make this blender fly in and save people. Okay, so listen, it's a TV show. I get it. They're limited. I enjoyed it for what it was.
His entrance gets a scale, like the entrance of Drogon coming, on a scale of 1 to Vegeta, gets the full Vegeta entrance.
I say if it's 1 to Vegeta, like a 1 out of 5, I say it's a 4. You want a Vegeta entrance that's purely badass, where it's like, how the fuck did he get there? They're on a different planet. Like, it's like Stannis arriving at the wall, but like on Mars. There's no explanation for Stannis being on Mars. He's just on Mars helping them.
In one of the movies, he just like appears like through an iceberg. Just like breaks the iceberg.
On a different like world, or I think they're on Earth. I'm not even sure. It was one time he appeared on a different planet, and it's like, how the fuck did you get there? Don't ask any questions. It's Dragon Ball Z.
Take a look at that too, just less epically.
Let's go over to the King's Road. Stannis is so Ramsay's battle plan fucking worked. They burnt the fucking food supply. They burnt all the other rations. They burnt a lot of the horses and a lot of the men. They burnt the tents.
Ramsay went full Solid Snake.
Yeah,
I fucking hate Ramsay so much. I wish he would die.
Yeah, and Tony Teflon had said that like, oh, it's unrealistic that he could. I mean, well, in history, it's guerrilla tactics like that have actually worked. Like even now in Colombia, South America, like, so it works in like revolutions and such.
It's part of the reason why America is America now.
Yeah, like the American soldiers didn't have the numbers to beat Britain, but they were they knew the land better than the British soldiers did, and that's how they were able to beat them. Anyway. Yeah, Ramsay fucked Stannis up, and the fucking I love Stannis's his remedy for it, which is when he's talking about the interrogate the night security guards if either they were falling asleep or they were let me paraphrase, they were either with the enemy or they fell asleep. Either way, hang them. Find out what you know, then hang them. Like, it's just fucking great. I was like, okay, that's how you solve it. Awesome.
He will break before he bends.
He will break before he bends, and that man bent a bit today. He bent today, but he did not fucking break.
Or they all froze to death.
Yeah, and that's I think a lot of people aren't understanding that Stannis is now like he's been snowed in his camp for I think like a week or so, or over a week, and he's been freezing. People are freezing to death. A lot of his mercenary companies are fucking one, but you have to assume other people are abandoning him. They're like, fuck this shit, we're done. Like,
though now with him, he's never ever like it wasn't likely before, but now he's never gonna get the people's support with the Iron Throne.
Who?
And that's gonna call like Stannis.
Why?
Like, he's never gonna get Because he burnt his daughter alive. The common people are never going to, like, go with that. So if he does get on the throne, he can get rebelled. Like, there's going to be a lot of rebellion.
The common people stood by Aerys Targaryen for several years while he burnt people alive, and then eventually they started coming around and fucking going, "Wow, this guy's this guy's pretty fucking insane. We should do something about this." And then he set the two people he shouldn't have set on fire, which was fucking Brandon Stark and I can't remember his name, but Ned's dad.
Yeah, this is the same thing though. Like they're never gonna like go over a guy who burnt his daughter alive.
I mean, but they don't know. Like they don't know what happened. Like it's not like you didn't see some guy in the crowd with a fucking iPhone. You know what I mean? Like,
things get out in this series.
Yeah, things do get out, but I think they care more about a Stark being in Winterfell and that he's fighting for the North more than a little girl who had grayscale, which is a big fucking, like, you know, that's an epic, like, fuck that shit. Like, he probably, you know, I think Stannis, that man was so desperate at that point, and he sent Davos away because he knew Davos was going to go in his ear, and just like with Gendry, he's going to stop him. But Davos, like, despite what people think about Melisandre, Davos has cost Stannis the throne twice in this fucking series.
Honorably. At least he did it honorably.
Gideon, how many people fucking died because Davos did that? How many people died?
I don't know the number. How many people are gonna die because of he burned his daughter? Now he's gonna go kill a whole army
of bad people.
But people are dying, and his people are gonna die too.
Gideon, you're defending the Boltons. That's what you're doing.
I'm not the Boltons. I'm just saying people
the lives of the people.
No matter what.
How do you take your king seriously if he can kill his own daughter?
Because he sacrificed his daughter for the greater good of the king. He sacrificed it for what was best for the king.
But the people aren't going to see it that way, nor are most of them going to believe it.
We don't know. Like they've been following this fucking faith of the, like, remember, a majority. The North is a lot bigger than the South, and they follow the old gods. The Southern gods follow the faith of the Seven. Stannis is going to bring in this new religion of the Red God, and people are either going to get with it or they're not, or Melisandre is going to die and Stannis is just going to keep fucking going. I mean, at that point, I mean, what do you... are they going to take him seriously? They all fucking backed Joffrey. They all backed fucking Joffrey was 10 times, 20 times as bad as Stannis could ever be.
That's because he was a Lannister, and if they didn't follow him, they would die.
Yeah, but it's still like it's like the Germans who weren't with the Nazi regime who went with the Nazi regime because they didn't want to fucking die. It's Stannis sacrificed his daughter for what was best for the right. Not a lot of people would do it. A lot of people would be like, fuck it, look, Stannis was going to die in the snow. He was going to freeze to death. Davos is like, yeah, let's just go back to the wall. How many thousands of Stannis' troops would have died going back to Castle Black? How many would die just marching blindly into Winterfell?
Stannis is now a two-time.
What?
Stannis is now a two-time kin killer. Almost 3 times. He's officially a 2-time kin killer.
Who?
Stannis.
Yeah, but one of those kings. No. First of all 3 of those kings committed treason.
No, he's a kin, not king. Kin, K-I-N.
Oh, a kin. Well, technically, he did not kill Renly. Technically,
killed Renly.
I mean,
assassinated. That's.
Yeah, but it wasn't him. It was his. It looked like, honestly, it was in the court of law. No, I'm sorry. I'm playing lawyer with you. In a court of law, sorry, Your Honor, but it was his shadow, and the judge is like, "What the fuck? It was his shadow thrown out of court."
No, he's a 2-time kin killer, and he would have been a 3-time if it wasn't for the great Davos Seaworth, the great Onion Knight.
Yeah, no, but listen. Yeah, you're right. You can probably argue that he is a kin killer. That can be argued. He did what he had to do for what's best for his troops, winning the throne. What's best for the country.
What he thinks is best, not what's officially best, not what objectively is best.
Well, do you think it's better in the hands of Cersei and the hands of fucking the Boltons?
No.
Because that's been working swimmingly this season. Or let's take it back. Do you think it was in the good hands of fucking Joffrey? Or in Robert Baratheon, who was fucking bankrupted the kingdom because he was an alcoholic? Like, What?
What?
This is the listen. Ned Stark would not have done this. Ned Stark would have died in the fucking snow. All right.
Honorable man instead of being fucking.
Great. Listen.
This is
Listen.
episode when Stannis.
No. You can be honorable all you want. Fine. Die in the fucking snow.
He was the only normal one. He loved his family. He loved where he lived.
No, he wasn't the only normal one. He was a Jaime Lannister saved 500,000 people in King's Landing, and Ned Stark decided to be a dickhead and fucking go, no, you killed Aerys. Aerys could have retreated. He didn't want to hear anything Jaime had to say, and Aerys was planning on killing everybody in King's Landing. Jaime saved everybody and protected the throne from anybody who would want to take it, and Ned Stark was a giant cock to him. That's why Jaime was a dick to Ned in the beginning of the series and to everybody else in the North, because he fucking hates them. The entire reason they all call him Kingslayer as a dishonorable title is because of Ned. Because Ned's a fucking asshole. He has a stick up his ass and he follows everything down to the fucking rule book. It's ridiculous.
This is the episode where Stannis.
That makes him an honest person.
No, if Hitler was stabbed in the back, if Gideon stabbed Hitler in the back and I walked into the throne room, I wouldn't be like, Gideon, you killed Hitler. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Doing everything by the book and how it's supposed to be done, he cannot be accused of treason.
No, that's why he died in King's Landing, is because he wasn't willing to play ball with the politics. That's why I still support Stannis. That man is not going to play ball. He's going to have everyone fucking killed who's going to try to play any game.
He didn't do anything wrong either. He was asked to be where the fuck he was until...
He could have said no. Catelyn said you can say no. She said you can say no to him. And he didn't because he's like, oh, I have to be honorable. I'm Ned Stark. Yeah, it was fucking horrific. And listen, whether you like it or not, and I hope the North sees it this way, but honestly, the man did the ultimate. He sacrificed the thing he loved most in the world, and I hope it pays off. And if it doesn't, that sucks.
Adam, you're never going to be in the right for supporting him for burning his daughter. That's never going to happen.
No, but I can, because Gideon, if one child on this planet has to die in order to save the rest of the human race.
Not my daughter. Everybody else can fucking die. It's my kid. You tell me what to do with my child.
That's why, thank God, you're not about to save the entire continent right now. All right? Yeah,
I let them all fucking die. I don't know these people.
I know exactly, but that's the
Kill
problem.
their daughters.
That's what a good leader does. He puts the needs of the many ahead of the needs of the few.
He put the needs of himself ahead of his daughter.
He's very power hungry. He's a power hungry guy with middle child syndrome.
Well, honestly,
His reasoning was, oh, my daughter's going to get in the way. I'm not going to have time for her. I'm going to go be a king now. Let's kill her.
That's not at all what happened.
I can have another daughter.
Even Shireen was like, if there's any way I can help you. I mean, she didn't know what was going on.
You know what the fuck
take your daughter back to where she fucking was living, and then you don't have to worry about her anymore. No, let's kill her. Make it easy.
Guys,
right?
Honestly, you guys are looking at this from the perspective of people who live in the modern world.
The daughter has absolutely no effect on anything. They could have just sent her away. They killed her.
And that's what I'm saying. We're going to see. Listen, the Red God is real. The Red God, for what anybody says, he has power.
The only thing we've seen him do was bring a shadow baby. If that's enough to get him to kill your daughter, then you have some problems.
That's not true. We've seen him bring someone back from the dead.
Stannis has only seen the shadow. He didn't even physically see the shadow baby.
He never saw the shadow baby.
No, but he knows that worked.
Alessandro still doesn't have enough credibility for him to make
Davos told him he trusts Davos. He knows the shadow baby.
No. Because he knows that if he had brought Melisandre with him to the Blackwater, he would have won that battle. He would have won.
He does not know that he would have won that battle.
That's what she says.
No, and then once again, the thing with Gendry. Listen, Gideon, whether you like it or not, read the fucking books, you motherfucker. Listen, whether you like.
Did you know if you never left Palm Beach, you would have became a millionaire?
I know, but had I not left West Palm Beach, I wouldn't know a lot of the shit I know now, which is actually very helpful.
Well, you really could have used being a millionaire.
Well, first of all, I'm not.
You guys in there?
The lobby.
I can say whatever, but it doesn't make it true.
Yeah, but with the
I
Red
don't know
God,
if he became a millionaire or not. I don't fucking know.
the Red God has power, whether you both like it or not. And look, he had to sacrifice his little girl, and hopefully, listen, I'm not guaranteeing that something great is going to come of it.
Do
He
you
didn't
really,
sacrifice her. He murdered her.
do you really want to be with a God who has you burn your child alive?
What Gideon, you look at the religions in the world today; they're a lot worse than that.
Now, I'm talking about in the show. Why would he want to be with a God that has him burn his child alive? If he's so honorable.
Well, Gideon, you don't. He doesn't have to worship the God, but it's been working. The guy's still fucking alive. He's still
Still worshiping the God.
He's alive because he hasn't done anything yet that would get him killed.
He charged. He almost took King's Landing, and then he got fucked in the ass.
Got outmaneuvered by Tyrion.
Listen. You guys don't like that he did it, but at the end of the day, and look, yes, that quote is
An
from.
honorable man does not murder people. Fact.
No. Technically, it's not. It's a. Oh God. Then we get into religion here. At the end of the day, I'm going to stick with the blueprint of this entire series is what David Benioff and D.B. Weiss are doing, and they are following George R. R. Martin's format. And George R. R. Martin has said, at the end of the day, you will know and you will see that Stannis Baratheon is a righteous man. He is a man of conviction.
He's a cocksucker.
Hey, what I'm going to say is, 'cause despite what everybody, you know how like since that episode aired last night, everybody on the internet is saying we need the Boltons to kill Stannis. That is wrong. I would still rather have Stannis because like the Boltons torture and flay people on whims and for like petty things, while Stannis only did this out of like his last resort. So I'm not like saying the Boltons need to win. I would rather be with Stannis than the Boltons. What I'm saying is he shouldn't have burned his daughter alive.
Well, you didn't seem to have an issue when he was burning other people alive. Although that was actually for another reason, but.
He shouldn't be burning people alive.
Gideon, listen, if you were in that world, you're more than welcome to follow anyone else. Unfortunately, they've all been dead. And honestly, whether you like it or not, Joffrey died. Robb died. A man came back from the dead. The fucking and Melisandre's probably been pumping his fucking ear full of information about the Red God. He saw himself sitting on the throne when he looked into the fires. He saw the great battle in the snow.
Right, so he's power hungry. He's power hungry for the throne.
No. He said it.
The problem is Alessandra. She keeps brainwashing him into thinking that all these righteous things that he has to do are going to make him more honorable of a person.
He said it several times in the books, and he said it in the show. He doesn't want to be king. He does not want to do it.
He could be lying.
Duty. It's his duty to do it.
It's not his duty to do it, because if he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't do it.
That's not true. There's a lot of people. You think Ned Stark wanted to be the fucking hand of the king? He did it because it's his duty, and then he fucking died. You think he wanted to refuse Stannis the throne? He probably would have loved to have been like, yeah, sure, fucking Littlefinger, I'll rule. No, he did it because it's his. That's why Ned Stark died, because it was his duty to do so.
He could just be using that as an excuse to be finally.
No, because he was being a good person and doing what he should have done, but then because the Lannisters are so corrupt and fucked up, they murdered him.
Well, no, it wasn't the Lannisters. It was Joffrey.
Joffrey did something illegal and got away with it.
Well, technically, he's a king, and what he says is law, so it wasn't illegal.
Murdering is illegal.
No, not if. No. You're even in real life when whatever a king is somebody who rules through divine right. That's what they believe a king to be. What a king says is law. That's just history, unfortunately.
All right, so when whatever the fucking small Lannister king that is now in existence says, "Let my mom and my wife out of their jail cells," then that's law, right?
It is law. Unfortunately, he worships the faith of the Seven, and as Cersei ruled out, and it's in the books, they're both like this. He could do that. He could order them to do it, but I can't remember. The High Sparrow knows he's a little worm, and he's not going to fucking do anything. And even then, if he did something, to the outlook of the people, public perception would be like, because this all looks legal through public perception, and it's really not. It's Cersei twisting shit around.
What needs to happen is Uncle Kevin needs to get the High Sparrow assassinated and get another.
It's actually pronounced Caven, but okay.
and he should get the High Sparrow assassinated and get another placeholder that they can control, so then they can get Cersei and Marjorie out. That's what he should do, but that's not going to happen.
He doesn't give a shit about Cersei.
Nobody cares about Cersei. They're all happy that she's there.
Just for the sake of Tommen, who's the king.
He doesn't care. I honestly,
Well, Marguerite needs to be out. She's a sweetheart.
if we find out that Tommen fucking starves himself to death like fucking Baylor the Blessed, then fuck him. You know, he's dead. I can't even. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Like I said, yeah, what a king says is law. Unfortunately, that's thank God we really don't have any more kings, because that ended so well in France and fucking England. Jesus Christ, all those revolutions and dead people. But I respect your guys' opinion on the whole Stannis matter. I see him. I've seen everything he said in the books, and I know the show isn't the books, but because they are following this familiar format, I really would like to see how. Maybe they don't like. I don't even think. At the end of the day, they're in a war, and nobody says anything when not Hoover, was it Hoover? I can't remember his name. When he dropped Little Man and Fat Man on Nagasaki and Hiroshima and killed millions of people who were innocent, who had nothing to fucking do with the fucking war, and nobody gives a shit. Nuclear bombs, the end of the world. Nobody says anything. But then the man sacrifices his daughter for what's best for the king. You said it's in his opinion, but what options do you fucking have other than Daenerys, who I don't think he knows about?
Not sacrifice.
Well, that's literally what it. I mean, that's literally what it was, Kyle. It's literally a sacrifice to the Red God.
People call it sacrifice to shield it from what it actually is.
Well, at the end of the day, he took the fucking. He takes it. He takes the brunt of it. He did the hardest thing a father can do, and he loved that little girl.
I know some people didn't like the part where Shalice became a mother again, but I actually really enjoyed that part.
Well, she's the one who got Stannis to join the faith of the Red God in the first place, and if her faith can break, that says a lot about certain things. But at the end of the day, I mean, regardless of how you feel it, let's just look at it from another perspective. That man made a huge I don't like that he did it, but I understand why he did it. In war, there have been presidents who have sacrificed soldiers. There have been soldiers who've been left behind by, an aircraft. There have been people who have been left to die because it's what's best for the big picture. Stannis, I hope it works. Listen, it could not work. It could snow even harder.
I'm curious to see what happens with Davos, but we probably won't see it.
A child has absolutely no effect on the outcome of a war. That's just whole hard fact.
The
child had some sort of magical powers.
You're thinking of this in our real life. This world has magic, and it's a brutal and cold world. And regardless, King's
doesn't matter. It's a little girl.
Yeah,
people sacrifice other adults. That's different.
Yeah,
you don't sacrifice an innocent child that has no.
They don't have.
No. But you hold on. But Kyle, you can't say that has no bearing. She's full of a substance that is proven to have power in the show. She's full of King's blood, which has indirectly, Gideon. Not that the Lord of Light was the one constructing the banners and Happy Wedding Day, all right, but indirectly had the deaths happen of fucking Robb Stark and Joffrey. And honestly, if something great happens from Shireen dying, you better shut the fuck up about the Red God not having any fucking power.
Did you see the preview for the next episode?
I have not. I don't want to know anything about it. I know what happens with Cersei and everything. I just don't want to know.
No, how about like the snow melting?
I just said I don't want to know.
Yesterday, me and Helman talked to you about this yesterday.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I'm a retard, but.
So he kills his daughter and the snow melts.
And he's probably got Omega level powers of awesomeness raging through.
Is he a Super Saiyan now? Are we gonna see him actually with glowing yellow hair?
Yeah, he's Super Saiyan. He's Blackwater Stannis again, charging up the fucking. But listen. I don't like that he did it, but from somebody who's in that position, I understand why he did it. Listen, if this has a hope of saving everybody, that's why. Listen, a lot of people wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have wanted to sacrifice their child, but they were.
I don't think he's lying about the snow melting thing, but if that's true, then we already know that she has the power to melt the snow, and she just wanted an excuse to kill the daughter.
Melisandre doesn't do it, motherfucker. The Lord of fucking Light does it. Melisandre does it. You understand? How are you skeptical of this? A fucking man came back.
Because it doesn't exist.
You're insane. You're fucking insane. You're both.
It exists by one person's word of mouth.
I acknowledge that the Lord of Light has done things with that guy coming back to life, and with
How do we know that's not like some shadow cat or something like that? You know.
A shadow cat melted the snow with what? With what? A flamethrower?
No, when she brought the dead back to life. No, we could have been like a shadow cat.
No, and the thing I'm saying is...
Wait, hold on, Gideon. I'm not talking about Melisandre. I'm talking about Thoros of Myr, who brought back Beric Dondarrion, who was split in half by the Hound's sword. He was split in half.
What I'm saying is, from Stannis' point of view, from his eyes, I don't believe he has enough proof that is willing to... he doesn't have enough proof to make this sacrifice that he made.
Exactly.
At the same time, yeah, he didn't have, like you said, he didn't have enough proof. But you have to consider that he's been watching the flames, like he's been looking into the flames, and he's been seeing shit. He's probably, remember, Melisandre told him, "You're not going to die at the Battle of the Blackwater." He wasn't wearing a helmet. Arrows were going by and impaling.
You know what I think it is? Acid.
Acid?
Yep, acid.
Helmets aren't heroic. I mean, not helmets. Helmets aren't heroic.
It all comes down to acid.
Yeah, you can't look awesome and wear a helmet. I think in the books he's actually wearing his crown when he was running up the Normandy beach to go take that Blackwater. So,
Normandy beach.
Yeah, but like I said, listen, I understand why you guys feel like, okay, no, you don't do that, but you guys, and myself included, we've never been in below zero freezing conditions, and look, whether you like it or not, it's this entity has power. It gave Stannis 100,000 fucking troops. Like, that should be another. Stannis does not believe in anything. We don't know in the books whether he actually believes it. But Stannis fucking, at the end of the day, made the hard choice. Listen, in the fucking books, he does fucking end up saying, he does say to Davos, and he says it greatly, "I never asked for this crown. Gold is cold and heavy on the head. But so long as I am the king, I have a duty. If I must sacrifice one child to the flames to save 1,000,000 from the dark, sacrifice is never easy, Davos, or it is no true sacrifice." And he sacrificed the most precious thing in the world to him. He really did.
He's still a piece of shit for doing that, and you know it.
I don't know. Listen. At first, I was like, what the fuck happened? But then, honestly, I just look at history. There's been a lot worse things that happen in real life. The atomic bomb, nothing you can tell me about sacrificing a little girl equates to killing millions of innocent people with the atomic bomb, and then not to mention the millions who died after because of the radiation, solar wind, all of that shit that got people sick, and
they still didn't burn their daughter alive.
Gideon, people literally were evaporated into the fucking Gideon. That's not it's worse, Gideon.
Did they burn their daughter alive?
They burned people alive and baby.
The nuclear bomb was optional. It didn't have to be dropped. They did it just because everybody was tired of the fucking shit.
Yeah,
Stannis, a big F you, double middle finger, we're done with this war, go fuck yourselves.
But not only Japan was on board with the war, it was only the fucking psychopath who was with Hitler's Third Reich. Who was heading the military.
Why didn't Stannis just sacrifice himself and put Davos in charge?
Yeah, with the nuclear bomb.
Because like he said, Davos is not a military commander. None of those men underneath Stannis are a military commander. None of those men crushed the greatest navy in the world. None of those men held Storm's End from the power of the Reach for a year. None of those men
shit. His army did.
Under his fucking commands. If Gideon commands...
I love how they do that. These commanders become these amazing, awesome people, and they don't even do the shit. They make their soldiers go out and die for them.
First of all, asshole, Stannis was the one who was the first one out there who was fucking...
You should give commission to the people that trained your army. They should be the ones, because obviously they did a good job because their soldiers were able to win battles.
Kyle, other than Stannis, hold on, Kyle. Other than Stannis, what other character has led their army up the fucking castle, was the first one up the first one off the boat, the first one up the ladders, and the guy who wanted to stay and keep fighting when the enemy came with greater numbers?
I don't know. I didn't see the battle, so I can't tell you.
You literally saw it in the episode. You literally watched it for like an hour.
No, I didn't.
You're a fucking.
Well,
You're a
I think
fucking.
we should cut it. I think we should cut it off here because we're just talking in circles.
Jesus fucking Christ, you people. All
What
right.
episode?
Blackwater, episode 9 of season 2.
No, I didn't see.
All right, so let's just cut it off here. This has been another episode of.
I still don't agree with it.
If Gideon, if you put me,
Stannis is gonna get killed, and Daenerys is gonna fuck him.
if you put me or Gideon at the head of an army, we're probably gonna lose. If you put Stannis at the head of an army, you're most likely gonna see him win. But, all
This
right,
is what's gonna happen.
no, it's
Okay.
not. Anything.
Stannis is gonna kill Ramsay, but then Greyjoy's gonna come out of a closet and stab Stannis in the neck and kill
No,
him.
the Greyjoys are focused on Daenerys.
Yeah, the Boltons are focused on Stannis.
You're thinking of Littlefinger, and the Stannis has
I think he literally means Theon himself is going to kill Stannis.
Yeah.
Theon. Okay, in the books, and it's obviously not going to happen in the show. Theon is with Stannis now.
If you haven't noticed, your books kind of are like don't work now because they kind of push those books out of the way.
No, if you actually decide to take any real research, Kyle, the actual show
What
creators,
book are you on? What book are you on? Book 1?
Dance of Dragons.
No, of your Game of Thrones books.
Yeah, Dance of Dragons. Basically, what happens is they're taking the main road, but they're actually just not. They're sort of like still taking out the characters that they don't really need and just waving through. That's why I don't think Victorian Greyjoy will be in season 6, but I hope he is because he's amazing.
Well, they're doing casting for a Greyjoy.
Hey, we're not seeing the whole casting list though, so we don't know.
We're
But
doing
what's actually realistically going to happen is that Stannis is going to take Winterfell. Littlefinger is going to come and either attack Stannis and hopefully lose, or fucking because Littlefinger's not a battle commander, and or he's going to join Stannis, or Stannis will defeat him because he's probably powered by Omega levels of the Red God.
And Brienne's still around there wanting to kill Stannis.
Yeah, Brienne. That's a good option. Brienne could kill Stannis, but I mean. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna see Stannis lost his daughter, so we're gonna see him go Super Saiyan on the fucking North right now. So
Like if the next episode has a battle, it better start with Stannis doing the Brock Lesnar jumping in place thing.
oh, just fucking like he's ready to. You see that fan from the audience just go, fuck.
And Paul Heyman just walks in. Brock Lesnar.
Stannis Baratheon. All right. This has been Game of Thrones season 5, episode 9, The Dance of the Dragons. Stannis is God. Please believe in him.
Right.
Tyler Greyjoy, Gideon Targaryen, Adam Baratheon. Thank you for watching. I have to pee. Bye bye.